Training our dogs not to jump. Really important thing, especially if you have a large dog. I know it's important for small dogs too, but particularly big dogs because they're at risk of knocking people over or causing injury. So why do dogs jump? This is the first thing I just want to cover real quick. And if you think about it, the answer is actually pretty simple. We get our 8-week-old puppy, and what happens? The little puppy, we go up to say hi, and he's jumping all over us. And what do? Oh, hello, hello, what a cute little dog, you're so cute. We give him attention. And then by 6 months, the dog is now, 40, 45 pounds, and he still starts jumping. And now it's starting to get a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. And we go, okay, hello, 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 and okay, off now. And we give him attention. And then by 12 months, we have a full-grown 85-pound dog that's jumping all over us, and now every time he jumps, all hell breaks loose. No, no, stop, off, 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 off. Still giving him attention. So why do dogs jump? Because it works. Because they've been taught from a young age that when I jump, I get attention. People look at me. People talk to me. People make noise. So we need to teach our dogs that jumping is not the way to get our attention. How do they get our attention? By staying on the ground. Alright? Be sure to watch the video under, if you haven't already, the video under Getting Started that will talk about this whole consistency thing about ignoring behaviors and reinforcing behaviors we like. That'll help with jumping as well. So ignore what you don't like, reinforce what you do like. We like it when the dog stays on the ground. We don't like it when the dog jumps. So what we're going to do is basically every time the dog jumps, we ignore him. We don't look at him, we don't talk to him, we don't make noise, no eye contact. We completely ignore the dog. Cross my arms and I turn. Every time he jumps on me, I turn. Alright? The second that the dog stops jumping, that's a good dog, hello, 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 I give him attention. I pet him, I talk to him, I get him excited. When I'm doing that, he gets excited, so he jumps again. So what do? I turn my back and I completely ignore him. Naturally, humans, we do the opposite. The dog jumps on us and what do? No, 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 stop, get off. And then when the dog goes and lays down quietly, what do? We completely ignore him. We do the exact opposite. We ignore him when he's good and we reinforce and give him attention when he's bad. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to reinforce when he's good, that the second he's on the ground, it's all about timing. The timing is critical. That the second that all 4 feet are on the ground, we pet him. That's a good dog, good, 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 good. The second he jumps, we ignore him, okay? It works. You might have to ignore him for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes the first time. It works. You have to have patience though. There are dogs where I've walked into people's houses, the dog has jumped on me, I ignored him, I went to sit down, I would be talking to the people, the owners that I was working with, and the dog is still at my leg, jumping, jumping, jumping. I had a dog I had to ignore for 35 minutes, this dog jumped. The second that dog finally said, oh man, I guess this guy really is not going to pet me, and he stopped jumping and walked away, that's when I acknowledged him. I called him back over, and then I pet him, alright? So it works, but this is not, sometimes they get the picture within 30 seconds. Sometimes you have to ignore them for 35 minutes. It's about consistency. Every time the dog jumps, no one is allowed to give them attention. And this is huge. This has to be the rules that everybody follows. If one person in the house is okay with the dog jumping on them and gives them attention, and another person doesn't want the dog jumping and ignores them, well, the person who's giving the dog attention when they're jumping is always going to win. You're never going to be able to train the dog not to jump if even just one person is doing the wrong thing. So, jumping, it's about timing, consistency, ignore what you don't like, reinforce what you do like. The other thing is using timeouts. This is one of the most effective times to use timeout. I have a whole video on how to do timeout. I'm going to briefly explain it here though. Timeout. The dog jumps, we grab his collar, harness, whatever he's wearing, very gently, we bring him into the timeout area. Timeout is a place where there's no people, no food, no toys, something very boring. Hallway, bathroom, closet, small place. We don't use a crate unless you want the crate to be a timeout only place. If you use a crate as a positive place, we cannot use it as a timeout zone, right? I generally use like the hallway, bathroom, some place that's close. So somebody walks in, the dog jumps on them. We don't say anything, we don't get angry, we don't say bad dog, we simply grab the collar, grab the harness, we rush them into timeout. We put them into timeout, we close the door for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, we open the door, we let them out. And that's it. If they jump again, back into timeout they go for 10 seconds. Again, we're not mad, we're not angry. When after that 10 seconds is up and we let them out they come, and we see what they do. If they're being good, they're on the ground, that's a good dog, good, good, good. We give them attention. If they jump again, up, back into timeout, okay? Jumping is a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. It's not something that dogs generally would do if they didn't have it constantly reinforced by us humans. So just like they were taught to jump, we can very easily teach them not to jump, okay? So remember, it's all about consistency. Ignore what you don't like, reinforce what you do like. Have patience. It works. But the more severe of a jumping problem you have, the longer you're going to have to ignore them in the beginning. The more you practice this, the quicker they're going to get this. If you do this every single time that your dog jumps, easily within a week you should be able to start seeing significant, significantly less jumping from your dog, on you, on guests, on whoever it is, okay? Jumping. So timeout is a very effective tool, especially for jumping. So this is an example of how to use timeout to teach your dog to jump. Behind this door I have just a boring hallway.